Ah. What's going on, YouTubians? If we can get this to work today, I don't think it's going to cooperate. So we're just going to have to do some kind of makeshift deal. What do y'all think? We have to figure it out. Ooh, I'm looking rough. I think I get them and run over 3-4 times. Holy crap, man. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to my trucking life. Hope everybody's doing all right out there tonight. Me and Stefan are coming at you tonight from, where are we at? Vega, Texas, guys. Vega, Texas. This is where we are at. Well, the whole house is filling up. It's nice to see everybody. It's been a couple days, as you can tell by the way I look. We've been running pretty hard recently. Is Stefan done with his 30K? Michael, he will have, we're on our way to Jersey. When we leave Jersey, we should be going either straight to Springfield or one small stop along the way. Yeah, Bobby, I'm right there with you. I'll have to look. I might be a little higher than you. I'll take a peek real quick and see what's going on. Stefan this week got 5,300 miles, I think. Let me look. So someone's asking mileage. 23, be 40, be 51. 5277, okay guys, 5,277 miles. And the pay is 89.43, so $8,943 on 5,200 miles. Yes, New York style, it's 5,200 miles this week as a team. 5,200 miles. Not a lot, Greg. We're just doing our thing out here. I haven't seen you guys in a while. I did a check-in the other day. It wasn't very long. Yeah, so real close to the same, Bobby. Real close to the same week. So we'll deliver this on Tuesday. Yeah, we're gonna deliver this on Tuesday. It's all right, Rita. Not everybody trifectas. It's okay. That's not a big deal. The important thing is you passed. You are now a CDL holder. You're now an employer prime. That's the first step now, and you're at really the first step as far as, you know, your training and starting a new career. I think Stefan's inside getting dinner, guys. I just had PJ Fresh myself a little bit ago. Yeah, she missed the bonus. All right, guys, I just now turned chat on, so I'm not going to scroll back up to look at all the comments. I'll just say welcome everybody, because I'm sure there's a lot of hellos. What's going on? How you doing? We're doing well. We are in Vega, Texas. We're at the pilot. One thing nice about this load is it had a little bit of extra time on it, so we're not having to kill ourselves like we did going out there. You know, we went from Columbia, South Carolina to Cypress, California in like 47 hours, guys. So we killed it that last load. This one we have a little time, we're gonna take it easy. Or at least try to. Hey Corvette, how you doing, bud? Good job, KDS. Good job. Stefan will have, when we deliver this Tuesday morning, Stefan will have 1,300 miles left, guys, and we'll be in Jersey. So he'll be at 28,700 miles, and we'll be sitting in New Jersey. So he's in pretty good shape to get done this week. Trifecta Harmony is when you pass the CDL exam, everything on the first try. Pre-trip, backing, and the road test. You pass it all on the first try. What part of Jersey? We're going to South Jersey there. We're going to Logan Township. Styles, that depends on what you've been doing and how long you've been gone. That has a lot to do with it. Cliff's right there by Logan Township. But yeah, we're going to Logan Township for Tuesday morning, 5:30 a.m. All right, KDS, be careful. You got the best trainer out of Pittston. Good job, man. We're going to Albert's Organics. That's where our delivery goes. So it's our first load of berries, or my first load of berries for the season. Stefan probably won't see another load of berries this season because he's not gonna, he's gonna be solo. So, he won't see no more berries. But it'll be my first load of berries this year, and hopefully many more to come. Since it looks like I'm going to TNT my next student. There's a good possibility I'm going to take him start to finish. High probability rate on that, guys. The truck, Brian, 30,000 miles for the truck. So I know I haven't said nothing in my things, but Mr. Brown is coming on orientation on Monday, and if all goes well, I'll be picking him up Friday or Saturday after orientation is complete, and he will be my next student. So me and him have talked a little bit. He said some things on here too. We've exchanged some emails. I gave him my phone number. He texted me. He's not afraid of the camera, guys, so we will be doing a lot of videos, especially during the PSD phase. I'm gonna document his PSD phase straight from the interview on, okay? So I'm gonna start with the interview about how I do mine. It's actually gonna be a little different than him than some of them, but trainers interview their students or whatever, and so I'm gonna start with that, and we're gonna work our way through it. So it's gonna be a process, and you guys are gonna get to follow along with us as he goes through his entire training. At least the PSD phase, we're gonna be hardcore on the videos, all right? Because I have time then, because we're not team driving. All right, Net Man, good. I'm glad they were informative to you. That's all they are, guys. I just try to put out information for you, okay? Now, everybody's experience is different. This has been my experience with Prime. It's been a good one. I don't have no complaints. There are people out there that got horror stories, just like every other company's got horror stories. But, I try to make the best of every day. I don't try to get stressed out or try to change things I can't change. I adapt to the situation, and I get through it, okay? I think that's very important for a truck driver, okay? You have to be able to adapt to the situation. Don't try to change it if you can't, okay? There's some things you can't change, all right? You can't change how long it takes you to get loaded. You can't change how long it takes you to get unloaded. Don't get yourself stressed out about it. Don't get worked up about it. Don't ruin your day over it, okay? Don't get pissed off at Prime about it. There's nothing Prime can do about it, all right? And those are the things I'm talking about. I just adapt. I adapt to the situation. You know what? If you're going to take 6 hours to unload me, guess what? I'm going to crawl my ass in a sleeper, and I'm going to sleep and get paid detention to be having dreams and snoring back there, all right? I mean, that's the way I feel about it. Oh, you're watching the fights. Does Stefan decide if he's going company or lease? Dad's a venture. He is leaning towards company. Yes, Mr. Brown is coming to Prime, Harmony. He starts orientation on Monday. That's always been Mr. Brown's plan. On the trainer. Yeah, Greg, but that's a really hard video to do. That would be tough, man. Because, that trainer class is always changing. They're always giving new information. I would tell you, I think one thing that would be good if Prime did it is have a refresher class Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every week for current trainers. It only has to be 30 minutes long. And it's just where, you know, George or somebody comes in and addresses any changes that they've made to the system in the last month. And that way when you bring a student in or you're testing a student, you can sit down for 30 minutes, listen to any changes they've made. Because right now, you got to remember, guys, I took the trainer class a year ago, okay? Anything they've changed in the last year, I don't have no idea about, okay? I find out stuff from my students every day. You know, my students get in my truck fresh from orientation, and they give me new information that they've been told. And sometimes I go back and I double check it to find out what's going on. All right, so I think that's something that I'm going to bring up to them, is that they need to do something like that, where you just get, or even if they just give like a printout, you know, or something, or just send emails out of any changes to the current trainers. I think it would be a really good idea. You know, to give you an example, when they changed the pre-trip, they changed the pre-trip on us, guys, the order in which they wanted some things done on the in-cab. And when they did that, here comes Stefan now. And when they did that, they I never knew about it. And I took my first student test after they made the changes, and I was like, what the hell are they talking about? I had no clue. So we'll let Stefan get that door closed. Yeah, Corvette, I think it'll be a great video series. I do. Yeah, I think Mr. Brown will do well. I do. Oh, Rita, you got lucky. Rita, that's good when you can get a trainer that does both, okay? That's pretty important. Max is starting on the 15th. Congratulations, Max. Normally, on average, how long? Richard, that really depends on the time of year. Starting right now till probably November, you're going to average between 45 and 5,200 miles a week, okay? Most trucks, most trainers, but that's just starting right now. Get the dome on there, I'll get it. That's just starting right now. In the wintertime, I mean, me and Stefan had weeks where even when we weren't shut down for weather, where we were ready to run hard, but the freight just wasn't there, and we were getting 3,800 miles a week. All right, now we took advantage of it, and Stefan ran the loads and dealt with the customers and all that, and that helped. And he's been doing pretty much all of the backing. I mean, I back if he's sleeping, I back. But other than that, he pretty much backs. Like, we're in pilot right now, and he got in a pretty tight spot tonight. He had to do a couple pull-ups, but he got in one. So he should feel pretty confident about that part of it. So it's just a matter of, during the wintertime, it takes a little longer for TNT because the freight's slower. There's not as many miles out there. Okay? At Corvette, they got a YouTube channel. They do put all kinds of training videos on there. Yeah, Harmony, you're starting out at KLM. That's where I used to work, by the way, Harmony. I don't know if I told you that. But I worked for FFE. I was there for 11 years total, but 4.5 of them were at KLM because KLM bought FFE. KLM owns FFE. They bought them while I was there. Adrian's starting on the 8th. Adrian, you've been at it a long time, man. Congratulations. I know you've been trying to get all that figured out. He didn't have to tell you to shut up and drink your dew. Nope, not this time. I was outside of the truck. I was spotting for him. It was pretty tight. I still spot for him, guys. I still get out of the truck. Unless he's backing into a spot that's like got open spots on each side or super duper wide, I still get out and spot. I still get out and spot. Yeah, Harmony, I was there a long time. I was on the Tyson dedicated account. So I was at FFE. I started in FFE's dry box division in 2006 and switched over to the reefer division when they sold the dry box division in like 2010, 2011, something like that. They sold the dry box division to Celadon and went straight reefer, and joined the reefer division, and I worked on the reefer division of FFE till 2013 in the fall, and KLLM bought them. And then after that, I joined the Tyson dedicated account, and I ran the Tyson dedicated account over there at KLLM. So I was there a long time. I know their system. I know how they work. I know how much money I made there. Now I left 2 years ago, so anything has changed in the last 2 years I'm not aware of. But up until February of 2017, I'm very aware of their system and how things work over there, like their payments and how it works. I would tell you, Harmony, they're very personable there. It's family owned. They're very one-on-one with their drivers, or can be. You do not get the mega carrier feeling for the most part over there. You get more of a family trucking company feeling. The money was not as good, that's why I left. But as far as the way they treat somebody, I have no complaints at all about the way I was treated at KLLM, okay? They treated me very well. Now, I worked really hard for the money I made there, and it really sucked as far as like lifestyle, because that Tyson account, I did a lot of overnight driving, and that kind of sucked ass, because it was like you took straight 10s, so you could drive all night. Walmart and Kroger and all these places want that chicken fresh, so you would sit there all day to get loaded, run all night, deliver, drive to the next plant that you're picking up at, and then try to sleep a little bit before you had to do the next load. So it's that Tyson dedicated account, it takes a truck driver. I'll be honest with you, it does. Styles is trying to come back. LaShawn Parks, all of his trucks are leased on at Prime now. I don't know if he's personally driving one of them, but I believe he has 7 trucks, and they are all leased on at Prime. Okay? All of them. I do know that. Logan Township, Tom. Logan Township, New Jersey is where we're headed. We're in Texas right now. We're just hanging out in Texas. We have some extra time on this load. I didn't sleep worth a shit. So let me scroll down a little bit. Yeah, look, KLM's not a bad company, guys. It's not. Like I said, they're very personable with you. Their lease payments are cheap for brand new trucks. You have the possibility of getting a brand new truck there. It's not very high, but you do have that possibility. And the truck I had 100,000 miles on it. Here's one thing I don't like about their lease program, okay? All of their trucks are leased to own, okay? You drive it for 5 or 6 years, whatever it is. Might be 6 now, I don't remember. You give them $1 at the end, you own the truck. The problem is, every time someone leases that truck, the lease time starts over. So if someone leased that truck for 2 years before you and put 300,000 miles on it, you're now going to get that truck and have to pay on it for 5 or 6 years, okay, in order to own it, and before you know it, it's got 1 million miles on it, and it's really not worth anything when you're done. Well, a little bit, $10,000, $12,000, but how much driving can you really do over the road in a vehicle like that? My personal opinion, not very much. It's not going to be very dependable for you. So that's my only beef about their lease program. Yeah, KLM does training as well. Correct. They actually have a school on site. Here's the thing with KLM schools. You have to live in a state where they have a school. Last I heard, they have 3 schools. Chicago, Jackson, Mississippi, and Lancaster, Texas, just outside Dallas. So you either have to live in Texas, Mississippi, or Illinois to qualify for their school. So that's the only problem for students, is you have to live in those states, or else they will not accept you at all for schooling. Can you choose to have a new truck? Lucas, it was not an option. All right. They went out, showed, they have a pecking order of how they do it. And top person goes and picks and goes down the list. And if they don't have it, you know, like, I think we had like 57 people in orientation, and they had like 9 new trucks. And they gave all 9 new trucks to students graduating from their school. Everybody else got used trucks. Yeah, see, so Kyle's talking about Chicago Heights. Yeah, they got a school there. Missouri, Max, Missouri. You need to switch that to Missouri. 5 hours away from the school, yeah. And I mean, I didn't go to their school. I didn't train over there, so I don't really know the process of how things work over there. I just worked there as a solo operator, is what I did. Don't forget, guys, thumbs up. So yeah, I just worked as a solo lease operator over there on the Tyson dedicated account. That's what I did there. See if I can find a cold dew. I just bought a couple of them inside. I went in, this Pilot's got that PJ Fresh. I went and had roast beef tonight, mashed potatoes, gravy, corn. That was a good dinner. Me and Stefan were just talking a little while ago that we need to start eating better. Yeah. We've been eating like shit recently. I mean, like big time shit. I know I've probably gained about 5 or 10 pounds. All right, let me go scroll back up. I missed some stuff. Bobby's heading back to Salt Lake with a JBS load. No, Will, I don't pay for anything to do with the trailer. So to answer Will's question, no, I do not pay for trailer blowouts. I don't pay for anything to do with the trailer other than reefer fuel, okay? I do pay for reefer fuel after the first fill up. So when I pick up a trailer, the very first time after I pick it up that I fill it up, Prime reimburses me that. After that, it comes out of my pocket. As long as I have that trailer until I get the next one. What's going on, Bob? Yeah, Kyle, they actually, yeah, Prime actually has you come, okay, so students that come to Prime from Illinois, they have them bring the permit with them. You have to get your permit and everything first, then you come to Prime, and then Prime actually has your trainer take you to Illinois and test you out in Illinois. So Kyle, we have a lot of people that come from Illinois. I don't know if they're still doing that, but that's what we did for a long time. Last I heard, that's what we were doing. Correct, Bam. There's going to be a lot of trucking companies that no longer hire out of California, okay, guys? Here's why. California has passed a new law that says a company cannot have independent contractors if their business is the same type of work as the independent contractor is going to be doing, okay? So if you're a trucking company, you can no longer hire independent contractors in the state of California. Well, 2/3 of Prime's fleet is independent contractors. So that's why Prime is no longer hiring from California, because of the law they passed. It wasn't a law against Prime, it was a law against just independent contractors in general, and it's not just trucking, okay? It's just a flat independent contractor law. It affects every type of business in the state of California. And it says that you cannot hire an independent contractor, okay, to do the same kind of work that your company employees do. That's what it says. So if you're a plumber, you can't hire an independent contractor to go work on plumbing for you at a job site, okay? They have to become a company employee. So that's gonna change the whole game out in California. I don't know how it'll work. I don't know if, you know, people are grandfathered in if they sign their contracts prior to the dates. You know, I don't understand how the whole system works. Okay, all I know is the state of California now, you cannot hire independent contractors to do the same kind of work that your company employees do. So that's just the way they are. And that is why we stopped hiring. That's why Prime stopped hiring in California, okay? Yeah, more afraid for the rest of us, right? I mean, that's one way to look at it. That's one way to look at it. Now, here's the problem. What happened was they were having issues at the ports in LA and San Francisco and San Diego. They had a bunch of independent contractors, you know, trucking independent contractors, and they were making like zero money at all. They were working 7 days a week and not getting paid, all right, because of the way their contracts were written up. And that's what happened. And so California stepped in and said, hey, you know, you're taking advantage of the situation, taking advantage of these people. We're going to here's what we're going to do. We're just going to stop independent contracting in the state of California. So you can no longer have independent contractors for the type of business that you are in, all right? Now, what that means is, you know, you're still going to have places like Home Depot who can have independent contractors to lay carpet and tile and paint houses, because Home Depot is not in that business. They're in the business of selling material, not in the business of doing work, okay? So, like, Home Depot contracts out all of their flooring, all their tile, all their carpet. I know this because I used to do some of it. They contract all that out. They can still do that, because that's not their type of business. They sell materials. They don't install them. So places like that will be safe. It's just they don't want companies skipping out on the employer responsibilities of healthcare and taxes and everything by just saying everybody's an independent contractor. And so this was their way of fixing that. Sorry, I guess that was my rant for the day, because I went on for a minute about that. Missed a whole lot of crap. You guys are jamming in the chat tonight. How much is Braden? I don't know. I won't know that my price for the Ultraloft tilt comes in on May 20th. So less than 2 months, guys, I'll have the Ultraloft. Okay, less than 2 months. I will have the Ultraloft. Lucas, you could do that. There are people here who have done similar stuff to that. Absolutely, there are people who've done that. Have changed their permanent residence to a family member's house in another state. 19 thumbs up so far. Well, I'm showing 23. That's a start. Where's Mr. Brown from? I believe Mr. Brown is from Garden City, New Jersey. I could be wrong on that, but I believe that's where he's from. If I remember correctly, that's what he told us. TR, I don't know. You'll have to call the recruiting department. Power only, whichever way you plan on going. But I believe it's still 72%. I don't know. What's going on, GBR? So GBR being Springfield. Anybody coming to orientation on Monday, I will be in town probably on Thursday or Friday, okay? So I will make a stop at the Campus Inn, because I have to bring Steph on there because he's got to get a room. So I will be coming to Springfield next week. So if you're coming to orientation starting Monday, there's a good chance that you will see me around and about. Don't be afraid to go, hey, flag me down. Don't tackle me, but flag me down. I'm getting old, I'm fragile. Prime will only use company drivers and yes, Albert, that is what's going to happen. Matter of fact, Prime just posted an ad for intermodal drivers, regional intermodal drivers, which is rail, yard, ports, all that. And it specifically says company only, company drivers only. And that ad just came out, I think, Friday. And it's a company driver only position. So I believe that's exactly what's going to happen. Anybody hired from this point forward will be a company driver out of the state of California. Harmony, I get to Wisconsin a lot. As a solo driver, I went there all the time. Greg, you did not see Chad in Springfield today. I promise you. Chad is in California. Pyro, I don't know. I don't know, because I don't know if people got grandfathered in. So, Harmony, someday I'm going to grab a bunch of hot dogs and hamburgers and crap, and I'll grill them out there behind the training pad one day. We'll just have a big party. We'll do a live from there, like a 7-8 hour live, everybody coming and going, talking. I think that would be a good time. But yeah, Pyro, I'm not sure how it's going to work, so I don't know. I don't know the answer to your question about lease or company if you're already here and you're from California. What is my real age? Philip, I'm 43. I'm 43. What was your normal mileage load as a solo driver? I mean, I don't know, 400 probably, 380. You know, a lot of times I get loads that go 600-700 miles for 2 days. You know, but if they pay 1,800 bucks, you know, when I was a solo driver, I was just looking for $600 or more in revenue every week. So, really, I didn't care how many miles the load had on it. If it averaged $600 a day, I took it. So sometimes I didn't drive any miles at all. What's going on, Strange? You met Chad at Pittston, Melvin? Yeah, he was there. Unless you're David H. David H is company driver, though. Yeah, David H is currently a company driver, so. Well, he's talking about going lease. He said he wanted to talk to me about it. I got his email. Maybe I'll probably email him my phone number. Let him contact me if he needs to with any questions. Yes, Bam, they're aging me, right? I'm 43. So, it really, is it the cigarettes or is it trucking in general? Or is it the fact that I keep having kids, even in my 40s? You know, that could have a little bit to do with it too, all right? I'm 43 and I have a 3-year-old. What's up, Quidditch? All the above, exactly, all the above. Guys, I will tell you, man, that Tyson account over at KLM, dude, that thing beat me half to death. My wife will tell you, I was on that account, I was on that specific account for 2 years and 4 months. And you would thought I aged 20 years in that little bit of time. It was that bad. It was that bad. That account's a killer. I am going to a vape, guys, when I get to Springfield, so. I know a lot of you guys have been telling me good vapes to get. I'm gonna get one. Yeah, see, TR knows. He knows too. So, well, think about it. My oldest was born March 10th of 1994. So he'll be 25. He just turned 25. Is my oldest, and my youngest will be 4 in May. Gracious 5, that's none he knows of. You'll send me a vape, Kyle? Well, I'm gonna go, I've got one I don't like. I'm gonna go try to get one that I like. Here's the most important thing about a vape for me, guys. It cannot leak, okay? If it leaks, I'm gonna throw it away and I'm gonna go back to smoking. All right? Vapes that leak piss me off, and it just makes me go back to smoking. I've got to find a vape, I've got to find a mod that does not leak at all, the tank. So there's a few options. I seen one recently, it's got the tank built into the back. You got to slide a piece off the back, and then pull the tank out, fill it up, and slide it back up in there. I really like that mod. I don't want there to be any chance of that crap leaking on me at all. Oh, Brandon, you're welcome. That's why I put it out, guys. I just, you know, that my early videos were all informative. We do a lot more different stuff now, you know, these lives. We just have a little fun sometimes. Sometimes I get in trouble, but it's okay. But my early videos were all informative videos. That's what I started doing when I first started doing it. "28, my daughter is 11, so you were just like me and my son, my oldest. Because when I was 28, he was 11. No, he was 10. He was 10. He was born 8 months after my 18th birthday. No, chapstick, I don't smoke cigars. What's going on, truck driver? Michael knows it. Michael must have said he got a lot of kids or something. I must have missed it. I miss a lot of questions all the time. But I try to stay up to date on them. So if I miss something, guys, it's important. You're gonna have to re-ask it if I skip over it. Watermelon or bullshit like that. So that's gonna be me. That's gonna be me. I'm gonna be pissing Cedar off. I'm gonna be smoking some like banana nut bread vape and blow it in the air. He's gonna smell it. I've only produced 3, the rest are adopted. Oh, well, that changes it a little bit, man. But I still ain't drinking the water at your house. Well, Brandon, I'm about to pick up another student. Matter of fact, Mr. Brown's probably on the Greyhound if he's taking Greyhound. If I had to guess. Yeah, I was born in 75. Yeah, I was born in 75. But, yeah, Mr. Brown's probably on the Greyhound. He is scheduled to be my next student as of now. Hopefully everything goes well in the next week and there's no hiccups and I can pick him up. Guys, see this? I really got to get a haircut. Look at that gray. I got to get this hair beat down next week when I'm in Springfield. I got to go see Sonny. I got to go to the hair salon there at the Prime Terminal and get this shit beat down. Riding the Crackhound Horror, yeah. Yeah, the Crackhound Horror Show. Everyone needs a Harley. Let's see, the Lexicon mod, Falcon tank. My coalesced retorts, no leaking. It has 2 batteries and I bought a charger for them. I vape Area 51 juice. Yes, Suede, Chad was telling me about one of the Falcon tank too. We talked about the Falcon tank in my live the other day, some people did. That's what everybody was saying, get the Falcon tank, get the Falcon tank. I guess you're saying it's a good deal. My driver code is SOPCJ. SOPCJ. That is my driver code. So I'm gonna get on the vape, guys. I'm gonna take Stefan back next week because I want to be on the vape before the Peterbilt comes in. Because I'm gonna try not to smoke in it. We'll see how it goes. But that is my goal. My goal is to get the Peterbilt and not smoke in it. I got my fingers crossed. So guys, this right here ended up being a great load for us. Paid well. And guys, when I give you the price, someone asked this the other day, and I just want to make sure I make it clear. When I tell y'all what a load is paying me, that is what I am being paid, okay? That is after Prime has already took their money. So I don't want you to think, I don't want people to say, oh, you're giving false information. You know, Prime takes 27% of that. No, the number I'm giving you is after Prime takes their 27%, okay? Or 28%, I'm sorry. Is after Prime takes their 28%. I am giving you my actual pay on the load. Plug the recruiter, I could do that. You know, we always plug Dustin. If I can figure, Stefan kind of cleaned up the truck the other day when I was at home. Well, sure, we can plug Dustin Hensley. So the recruiter's name over at Prime is Dustin Hensley. The main line for the recruiting department is 800-224-4585, and his extension is 6952. So he can take care of you. If you call Dustin, you don't even need to know my driver code. You can just tell him Crazy Bags is my referral. He already has it. He knows it. Matter of fact, last time I was in there, I asked him to look at a report for me, and he didn't even ask my driver code. He just punched it in, and up came everybody who has been a referral for me. Yeah, TR, yeah, the juice you can get at the truck stop is kind of convenient. It's not okay to vape in a movie theater. That's pretty funny. Well, Albert, we don't bid on loads here. So we're going to go to a load offering system. We'll see how it works. But we don't have a load board that we just bid on loads, all right? There are some companies that have that. There are some load boards out there that you can look at. If you just Google trucking load boards, you'll see what loads boards look, you know, what they look like. What's going on, Prince? Blow up his phone on the weekend. Kevin, how you doing, bud? There ain't a lot going on, man. There's not a lot going on. We're in Vega, Texas. When do you get to go home? Max, that really depends on your trainer. So Stefan did PSD and 10,000 miles of TNT, and then he went home for 4 days. Is what we did. And I ran solo and then went back and picked him up. Basically, I left Minnesota, I went to Wisconsin, to Indiana, back to Minnesota, and then picked him up. It's 4 days. So it just depends on your trainer. You just talk with your trainer. Nerds, they show me my cut. I don't see the total pay until I see the billing on my settlement the following week. That's when I see the total breakdown. But they do send you your pay. Correct, Michael. Correct. I don't think Prime will ever go to a bid system. But yeah, I think we're definitely going to go to that load offering system, and that may, in the future, maybe that'll turn into a load board. I don't know. Correct, Max. Stefan's from Minnesota. He's from old Minnesota. He's from the state of 1,000 lakes.
No, 10,000.
Oh, 10,000 lakes. I'm sorry.
But really, there's like 11,000.
Home of the Eskimos who go ice fishing in the winter. Minnesotans are the lower 48 Eskimos, all right? Just so you all know. Minnesotans, is that Minnesotans. Yeah. Minnesotans, I'm sorry. Minnesotans are the lower 48 Eskimos. Yeah. That's pretty funny. Yeah, Strange, I probably did. Let me read this. What do you use for navigation to not take the roof off? From the outfit, I was local, being out of New York. I know the tri-state. Beyond that, Strange. I use navigation on the Qualcomm, but unfortunately, it's hard for me to explain it because it's all up here, most of it. But I mean, you can look at your maps. You can look at your atlas. It will show you low bridges. So if you just follow your routes and look at your states, it'll tell you. Basically, if you're on any of the major interstate systems nowadays, you're not going to have a low bridge problem. All right, Your low bridge problems come when you get off the interstate the last few miles to a customer, or the last, the first few miles leaving a shipper. All right, those are your low bridge areas that you have to really watch out. But your major freeways nowadays, they're not going to have low bridges on them. Stefan's from over there by, where you at? South of St. Paul?
No, it's central Minnesota. It's south of St. Cloud, about an hour.
About an hour south of St. Cloud. The king. No, Stefan's the king of chaining up. Not me. Yes, Max, we were there when it was cold. We were definitely there when it was cold. It was very cold. The Skull Vikings.
Yeah.
I sent you pics of the tanks on your Instagram. Oh, that's Harmony. Where in Jersey are we going? Johnny, we're going to Logan Township. We're going to Albert Organics. It's all right, Quiet. We're just hanging out, man. We're just hanging out tonight. I'm going to go sleep here in a little while, but not right now. I'm going to leave out of here about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning and get a little work done. I think we're less than that, 2,000. We were 2,000 when we stopped earlier today.
1,600, 1,700.
So we're like 1,700 from our delivery. We're going to take the non-toll route. So guys, I found this new app. Well, I didn't find it, but somebody in one of the Facebook groups was talking about this app, and it's called Toll Guru. You probably can't see it because I've got the thing turned up, but it's called Toll Guru. And so I punched in my route in this. I just wanted to check it out, see how good it was. This is going to be an amazing app to use. JBS is a meat supplier, Albert. They're like a slaughterhouse. They're a meat company. Well, the map's not loading, unfortunately. Probably because I have YouTube going in the background. Yeah, Toll Guru. So you can punch in where you're going and all that, and it will actually tell you the cheapest route. All right, you tell it what your fuel mileage is and all that, and it will tell you the cheapest route. It will tell you how much the tolls are. No, TR, they don't pay for our tolls. We have easy passes, but they bill them for us, and they bill us 72% of the tolls. Well, they bill us 100%, then they give us reimbursement for 28%. Is how they do it. But no, we pay our tolls. We pay our own tolls. That's why I'm trying to avoid them. So this route here was like $143 for this load if we went the fastest way. So the slower way is 3 hours longer and saves us $143, or saves me $143 for 3 hours. So 3 hours is worth $143 in my opinion. But I don't know about national carriers. Philip, I don't know. It's National Beef. I mean, they're another meat supplier. So Kiana's saying she's going to eat the tolls in order to get to the load a little faster. Johnny's heading to Pittston tomorrow. All right, Johnny, time to get it started, right? You just got to get through orientation, buddy. That's all you got to do. Just push through the orientation. You'll be good to go. So what I'm hoping is, we get a load like, see, because Stefan's going to need a little more than what it would take to get back to Springfield. So I'm hoping we run like Jersey to Chicago and then Chicago to Springfield, something like that. War, I just downloaded Trucker Path as well. Stefan uses it. I'm going to use it for parking. But the Prime app is our best source for fuel because the Prime app shows us the Prime discount. Okay, Trucker Path does not take into consideration the Prime discount. And the Prime discount, sometimes, some places I save almost $1 a gallon off the pump price, all right? On average, it's probably about 55 cents off the pump price, but I've had as much as $1 a gallon. So the Prime app is a much better tool for fueling for Prime drivers. And it updates every day at midnight. No, Philip, I don't know nothing about national truck lines. It's National Beef is who it is. As far as their trucking division, I know they're out here on the highway. I know it's a lot like Tyson, you know, they haul their own product all over the place and then bring backhauls back, use brokers to get back to an area or something like that. But I don't know much about them, no. Guys, there's not many companies that I know a lot about. I'll just be honest with you. I mean, I've only basically worked for 2 companies my whole trucking life, so I mean, that's pretty much it. That's why I don't dive into other companies too much, because I don't know a lot about them. All right, like even CRST guys, when I was bashing CRST, I was bashing them about their equipment and how the equipment looked that they gave Nick and Carlin stuff. You know, that's all I was talking about. It's hard to bash the company itself because I don't know a lot about it. You know, I hear the same things you guys hear about all these companies. All right, there's only a couple companies I've ever looked into hardcore, and that, you know, that a lot of that was back in like 2006, and I don't know how they run now. I mean, that's a long time ago, 13 years ago. Don't be raging on old Chip. No, I wasn't raging on old trips. Oh, Harmony, everybody's got to use DEF. That's part of the truck. Harmony, that's part of the truck. DEF is DEF. Just make sure, guys, you put DEF in the DEF tank. Okay? DEF has a separate spot for you to put the nozzle in and fill up. Alright? It does not go in your diesel tank. It does not go in your diesel tank. You'd be next in line. There you go. You want to write it down?
Yeah, I'll take a picture of it.
You get it? Alright. So I was getting Stefan a shower. He's going to go in a shower. Alright. Let me get back where I can read chat. Maybe. Maybe not. It's kind of frozen, guys. This other phone of mine's not doing too well tonight. Not doing too well, but that's okay. 34 thumbs up, 64 people. Come on, guys. Thumbs up. Hey, I even got 2 thumbs down. That's so nice of people. Appreciate the love. Appreciate that. Okay, at the end of the day, every company is the same. It's just what you're looking for decides where you should go. Quiet, you're kind of right. You're kind of right. I mean, every company has its faults. Every company has its positives. You just got to find the place that you fit in. Correct, Philip. Yes, equipment does say a lot about a company. It does. IH guy, I used to go way back, like 2007, 2008. I think I went to Canada twice. But that was before 9/11, or it was after 9/11, but before some of the new more stringent laws. I'm trying to remember. I think I had my passport in my truck then, but I don't remember if I had to use it. But I know I had it. I may have had to use it. But yeah, just over to Canada and back. Both times was into Toronto out of Detroit, and they weren't even my loads, guys. It was just I was in the area, and I was able to go into Canada, and so they just asked me to go. So I'd pick the load up, go deliver it up in Toronto, and then come right back. It was a pretty simple process. Albert Stefan does not smoke, but he knew I smoked before he got on my truck. And I told him I smoked like a chimney. You know, but I don't smoke in my bed. I smoke with the window down. I smoke up front. So like when we're parked at night, you know, if he's in the bed and I'm in the bed, I don't smoke down there. And guys, I say that because there are some people out there who do smoke in their bed. And you know, that's up to them. I just choose not to. It's funny you say that because here's his inhaler. He's actually had to use this inhaler a couple times since he got on the truck. Ooh, warped. I don't know if you can or not. They got some really weird laws up there, man. Matter of fact, I had to go get a load at the border once because they wouldn't let a guy go in because he owed child support in America. So one of the couple loads I actually took up there, I met the guy at the border crossing. I had to bobtail up there and get the load because Canada refused to let him in because he owed back child support in the United States. Yeah, nerds, this truck's way too small, I think, in my opinion, to smoke back there like that, so I don't do it. I will tell you, when my wife was with me, we used to open all the windows up and we would smoke back there when it was just the two of us. But with a student, there's no way I would ever do that. No way. But yeah, when my wife rode with me, yeah, we'd open all the windows up. We'd open the top windows, the bottom windows, we'd crack the driver's side, passenger side windows. I'm in a 2019 Freightliner. How's it going, Jack? I'm in a 2019 Freightliner currently for, let's see, 30 days, 17, okay, so there's 31 days in March. So 51 days, let's see. So 50 days plus whatever's left this month. So 50 and 8, so 58 more days I'll be in the Freightliner. 58 more days, guys. Oh, Stefan already got a shower. She got shower number 3. No, Tom, I didn't get charged in my last one. Now, guys, when I turn my truck in, I'll do a video. What I'm going to do is a video after I clean this truck out. I will show you the condition of the truck. I will clean this truck top to bottom, okay? This truck will be leasable when I turn it in, okay? 100%. The very next day, they'll be able to put someone in this truck. That's how well I'll clean this truck. Because I don't want to pay a cleaning fee. So this truck will be spotless. Spotless. You guys will see it in the video. See there, I'm going to a vape. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Yes, Michael. Yeah, Prime Western Company driver smoking a truck. Yeah. You're leaning more towards flatbed, Chef Woody? I know this winter, every division's had freight trouble, okay? Freight has not been that great. Now, being a trainer, I've still done okay, you know? I mean, hey, look, taking home $3 grand a week. That's nothing to sneeze at. All right, that's good money. Now, but that's not the kind of money I make in the summer and the fall with students. So what I'll make this week with Stefan, this is the kind of money I'm used to making training and certain times a year, which is good because winter really ate me up, guys. It pretty much zapped me of any I don't know, expendable income that I had. So it'll be nice to replenish that. This guy across from me, this Covenant truck, I wonder if you guys can see it. I don't know if you can see on the ground when that flatbed moves. Can y'all see the big wet spot on the ground? Right there, right behind his tire there. He just pissed in a cup right there. He just pissed in a cup right there and dumped it out the window right there on the ground. And you could tell he was pissing in a cup. You couldn't see it, but you could tell what he was doing. And then he just dumped it out the window. Come on, guys. You know, I mean, you got, oh. Guys, don't let someone catch you on video doing something like that, okay, and sending it to Prime. They will not like that, all right? There's always somebody watching, all right? Everything I do nowadays, look, especially since I've been on YouTube, I'll just be honest with you, I even watch it more now than I did before, since I started doing YouTube. Every little thing you do, there's a chance someone's recording it. You have to be careful, guys, in how you present yourself as a person, all right, and as a representative of Prime when you're out here on the highway, okay? You don't want somebody recording you throwing piss bottles out on the ground or crap bags or dumping piss out your window. You don't want that to happen, all right? So just keep that in mind, all right? If you're going to pee in a cup or a bottle or something, do it so no one's going to know what the hell's going on, all right? Dispose of it. Like, if I pee in a bottle, I put the cap back on it, it goes in the trash, and it gets thrown away with my trash in the dumpster. All right, that's the way I do mine. Make sure you just keep all that in mind. You don't want to be on YouTube, all right? You don't want to be that guy that video on YouTube, you know, standing between your truck and your trailer with your pants half down because you're peeing in between your truck and your trailer and someone's recording you. You don't want to be that. Guys, there's actually a picture out there of a guy peeing in between his truck and his trailer, and you can see literally his whole ass is hanging out, and he's right there in the Prime truck. So not the jail. Feel it just all depends, man. Just all depends. Ruins all the fun. Why didn't he just go in to take a leak? Harmony, I don't know. He's sitting right there. I don't know why he didn't go in and take a leak. It's pretty funny, though. Strange Whispers, yes, I'm getting the Peterbilt Ultraloft in 58 days. 58 days. Go throw it out his window. You know what, man? I saw an awesome video. It was from overseas somewhere. It was in Europe, I think. Somebody, or China, somebody was throwing trash out the window in traffic, and the guy in front of him gets out of his car, picks all the trash up, and throws it back in the guy's window at him, man. One of the funniest videos I've ever seen. There's a few of them out there like that. That's some funny shit. You see that? Yeah, it's pretty funny. That's a good video, man. I love that video. Guys like throwing all, and then there's another one where there's a city or state worker or wherever they're at. I believe they're in China for this one, and he's sweeping the trash up off the road. All right, he's walking down the street, and he's sweeping trash, and he gets in front of this car, and this guy just starts throwing all his fucking trash out for this guy to sweep up, and he sweeps it all into his little trash handle thing. And the other guy gets out of the car, walks up, and just dumps her right on his lap in the driver's seat. It's amazing stuff. I love it. So Greg's in Flatbed. Who's watching Brokeback Mountain? David H. David H is watching Legally Blonde. This, guys, look at this. This guy's trying to make a U-turn right here. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? He made it. He made it, but holy crap, that was close. He didn't have much playroom, that's for sure. There must be an open spot right here, and he's afraid someone else is going to turn around and steal it. So this pilot is very small. I don't think they have maybe 50 parking spots. Hey, I ain't tarping shit. That's just me. I ain't tarping shit. So this guy's actually going to park right where Covenant was, even though they got big old no parking signs on the road. Wow. And you know what? If he wakes up in the morning getting towed, he'll be the one complaining. Well, I didn't know I couldn't park there. Well, it only says it all over the ground. Big, huge yellow letters, no parking. It doesn't matter how it looks as long as you make it. Michael, you're kind of right. There was no accident. Nobody got hurt. You're right. He'll throw piss out. No, it's too bad he didn't park a little further up, and then he could have got out and stepped in the Covenant guy's piss. That would have been interesting. Yeah, Strange. Guys, if you haven't seen the Peterbilt Ultraloft, you can go to Prime's Facebook, and they actually have a video tour of the Peterbilt Ultraloft. No, I'm not. I ain't tarping shit. I ain't tarping nothing. Lucas, if that ever happened, I would say, hey guys, I gotta go because I gotta stand out here and watch my student tarp this load. And make sure he doesn't fall off the damn trailer. There will not be nothing about bags tarping shit. That's right, I'm like Jello, man. I don't got no muscles. I ain't got nothing. I got these big broad shoulders and didn't do shit with them. Drove flatbed 7 years, no more. Hey, I've drove flatbed 0 years, and you won't see me even trying. I know what my limitations are. Plain and simple. Hey, we got up to 44 likes. Good job, guys. Quiet Right wanted to go flatbed at Schneider to have a division near him. That surprises me, man. Schneider's got shit everywhere. They're big, man. They're big. Very big. I don't know if I told you all this. I think I did in one of my videos, but I'm trying to remember what association it was. One of the big trucker organizations just named Prime the #1 mega carrier to work for, a large carrier. They call it large carrier. Of course, everybody, if you're in the industry, you call it mega carriers, but the #1 mega carrier to work for in the country, as far as how they treat their employees and drivers. Flatbed will kill you. Flatbed will work you. You'll get some work out of it. No thanks, rather pull a box of reefer. Yeah, me too, man. Does Prime have a huge flatbed division? Michael, I don't know if it's huge. We do have a flatbed division, though. I don't know how many trucks are on it. That's probably something I can find out, but I don't know how many it is. But I choose to stay with my trainer. Do you have any suggestions? Well, Eric, are you getting extra money? That would be my first thing. Are you getting extra money? Look, if I ever had a student that was over 30,000 miles and I kept them on my truck, they would be making more than $700 a week. Okay? That's just me. Not all trainers are like that, but that's just me. You know, because after 30,000 miles, they're no longer a student, they're a co-driver. Well, I mean, Eric, then stay as long as you need to be comfortable going out on your own. That's what I would tell you. Okay? Stay as long as you need to go on your own. I'll be honest with you, I don't keep my students past 30,000 miles. All right? At 30,000 miles, I feel that it's time for them to go on to get their own truck. All right? That's just the way I feel about it. I'm ready to get the next one in and get working on them, getting their career started. Especially now, guys, because I get so many people who want me to train them from YouTube. And unfortunately, I'm one person, I have one truck, and it's not a lot I can do. So, and you know, I prioritize my referrals first over non-referrals. I'll just be honest with you, I do. So, you know, if I'm looking for a student, first thing I do is, you know, I'm calling Dustin and I'm going, hey, what do I got for referrals and what do I got coming into orientation from referrals on this week? Because this is the week I plan on being there. And then he tells me, and then we discuss where they live, and then, you know, I start communicating with certain, you know, with them individuals and figuring out, you know, who would be the best fit for me. Correct. Yeah, Michael, you ain't kidding, man. This winter was freaking rough. Oh yeah, yeah, Harmony. Well, I tell you guys, I've really missed YouTube these last couple weeks because me and Stefan have been running so hard. Like, seriously, I have like totally failed at video making. Every day I wake up and go, okay, I'm going to film some stuff today. I'm going to make some clips today to make a video. And at the end of the day, I go, shit, I forgot to film anything. I ain't got no clips. I mean, like when we were in Georgia, we were overweight. You talk about a prime opportunity to make a really good video. You know, we were on the scale. All the numbers are right there on the big old screen. You could see them. I mean, I could have made a video of the weights, of me walking into the office, of me talking to them to get it reworked. I could have done the whole thing, and I failed at it completely. So, how do I refer you? You have to do it when you fill out your application, or when you talk to your recruiter. There's a line on the application. And yeah, correct, Jack. And the recruiter will also, I think, ask you at some point. And you just give them my driver code, which is SOPCJ. Jack, there it is. I don't know what happened. I lost signal on both, but I lost it again. It's still spinning on this one. And I have full bars. So I don't know what it was. Where's the unthaw button? Yeah, I have full bars, guys. I don't understand why it's doing that. But like, I still don't have it on my other phone. I still don't have the video. David H is calling me. That'd be pretty funny. How you doing, Rail? Yeah, it's working now again. I've got video. I've got video. Crying around. Have I ever had a student that made me feel uncomfortable? No, I haven't. But I mean, I know I've said this in the past. Me and Chad Rich have talked about this. At this point, I can almost meet somebody for the first time, just be around them for 30 minutes, and I can tell you how they're going to do in a truck. So, I mean, that's just reality of it. I believe they're using the PACCAR engines. phone blocked. Right? Yeah. That'd be pretty funny. But no, I believe they're using the Packard engines inside the new Ultra Lofts. I could be wrong on that though. I don't know. I won't know until I get it and open the hood. I mean, there's no telling. Can you request a manual from Brian? Braden, you cannot. The only way you can get a manual truck at Prime now is if when you go to order a truck, which you have to be here, I think 9 months or a year now before you can order it, unless you do a short-term lease. But when you go to order a truck, you can order a manual transmission at that time. That's the only way to get the manual. Where's Uncle Chad? Uncle Chad is on his way to Tracy, California. Yeah, Sether, that's it. I mean, I can usually spend 30 minutes with somebody and I can tell whether or not they're going to be able to handle a truck. It's kind of weird, but I can. Just being around somebody, you can tell pretty quick. It's like that story I told you all about the girl who froze up on I-44 in Eddie's truck. You know, we all knew, you know. I mean, we told him, hey man, you probably shouldn't take her. You know, and the thing is, there was another girl there at the same time who needed a trainer, and we told him you need to take her. She's going to do well. The one you're getting is not. Leave her here. Let her go to night class. That way, when she fails, she's already here, and they can just put her on a bus, send her home. But he took her anyways, gave her a shot, made it, I don't know, 80 miles down the road or something. It was a bad situation. A bad situation. And see, I've been very lucky with my students. All of my students have handled the truck very well, on the driving part of it. That has not been an issue. Greg had a problem getting lost every now and then. Sean was super nervous when he started. It took him a while to adjust. Cedric was golden from day one. You know, he was already 16,000 miles into his TNT or 17,000 miles into his TNT. He was freaking golden from day one. I mean, he was a trainer's dream. I'll just be honest with you. That was the easiest 13 miles I've ever done with somebody. I slept so well with him. and you know, and I've had all good people too. So, all good people. Not all of my students have shared my political views or my, as far as like my just hobbies, like sports and stuff or different things. You know, not all of them done that, but you know, when I sense I have a difference of opinion or, you know, I like baseball, Stefan likes football. We don't talk about sports a lot because of that. We do a little bit. If something comes up, we talk about it. But for the most part, we really don't talk about sports because our interests are different. And politically, I really don't get into much at all. I mean, it's just not good on the truck. The truck is small. Religion never comes up on my truck. It never has. It's just a lot of different things. So there's I've just learned to adjust as my students come and I get comfortable with them. And you know, Cedric was another one who back my wife was calling in. She's probably gonna call me right back, guys. If the screen freezes, I'll make it very. All right, I'm back. No, I know. Hey, Harmony, I know my wife called in. I answered the call real quick. So my wife was calling. I had to answer it, or else she'd kill me if she kept calling me. That's why y'all got the wheel, because she called in twice. Braden, that depends on your previous experience. If you have no previous experience, no. you still have to go through a PSD phase. It's just when you go to take the test, you take a different test because you don't have to be state tested. You just have to be prime tested. So it'd be sort of like the same deal as like an experienced driver going to work at another company or something. You know, if that makes sense to you. You take a backing test, a little pre-trip, and a little pre-trip test, a backing test, and a drive test. But it's not as intense as a student. No, I'm here. Surely I didn't go out again. Yeah, I'd never ignore the wife, guys. Yeah, my videos work. I just double checked the video. What are your recommendations for new students? What should they bring to a trainer's truck? So, you know, that's a pretty common question Corvette's asking. So Corvette's asking, what do I need to bring to training? You know, what should I bring to training? Well, bring all your necessary paperwork that your recruiter has asked you to bring. Okay, make sure you do that. I would highly recommend that you bring W-2s from any job you've had in the last 3 years. Okay? Any place you have worked in the last 3 years that they need to verify, bring your W-2s if you still have them, guys. Because if they are unable to verify your employment, they will accept that W-2 as verification that you worked there. And that will help you a lot, okay? So do that. No doubt about it. Handle a skillet, yeah, a skillet upside my head. How do I feel about a backup camera for a trailer? Eric, here's my only issue with it. That would be something that Prime would have to do. And it would have to be integrated into the electrical, so that when you plug your pigtail into that trailer, that the camera would show up on the dashboard. So every trailer would have to be equipped with it. Because, you know, we change trailers so much. You know, some weeks I have 3 or 4 different trailers a week. And, you know, so there's really no mounting of a camera. Oh, Uncle Chad's in the house? Where's Uncle Chad at? I don't see him. Oh, he is there. Yeah, Jack, they do. They do. But what I worry about is spending a bunch of money on a detachable camera and going through Michigan and it detaching on the highway. Chad, we're not wrong because we don't really have to be honest with you. We have like, I don't even know what we have left, 1,700 miles or something. We had two full days still to get there. Our appointment to unload is on Tuesday morning at 5:30. Uncle Chad, Uncle Chad, Uncle Chad. What are you doing, Chad? Are you driving tonight? What are you doing, buddy? What if you've already been verified? Well, Tyler, here's what I would tell you. I've had a student come here that was, the recruiter told them, hey, you're good to go, and then they get here and they go, oh, we still have 2 jobs we haven't been able to get in touch with yet. We can't allow you to start training until we get a hold of those 2 jobs. One guy they sent home because they never did get a hold of him by the following Monday. They couldn't get a hold of the job. Okay? So that's why I always recommend, if you have your W-2s, bring them. No, I couldn't. No, I'm not dropping at the yard in Pittston. There's no freight, brother. They're deadheading those people out of there to Toledo. They're sending them to Mastrani's up there in Livonia. There's no freight up there. So right now the freight is so scarce up in the Northeast, they're taking drivers and they're deadheading them 500 miles to Toledo, Ohio area. Well, technically it's really Michigan's Detroit area, but same thing if you guys know that area. Toledo and Detroit might as well be brother and sister. I mean, you could just about spit from one to the other. But they're deadheading them at $1.02 a mile. They're paying them $1.02 a mile to go empty all the way up there, and then loading them out of there with a produce load out of Livonia. So, which are pretty good loads, by the way. Most of those pay $3 a mile. Is there a way to chat with me other than now? I mean, I have Instagram. Crazy Bags is on Instagram. You can probably find me there. I do get messages on there from time to time. I'll be honest with you guys, I have not really been doing the Facebook thing. Honestly, I don't like Facebook. I've never really been a Facebook user. Braden, you probably could get it verified through the IRS by a printout, if I had to guess. So he says, what if work history is spotty? Well, if your work history is what they call spotty, they won't even bring you into orientation, just so you know. All right, good job, David. 30,000, time to upgrade. Stefan's upgrading next week as well. That way I can take live call-ins. I would love to take live call-ins if we could do it a different way. I think I want to buy, if I could buy like the microphone piece that connects to the phone, to my extra phone, I could start doing the call-ins. Because I have the volume turned all the way down on this phone. I do not answer this phone at all. All right? I just don't answer it. No one has the number. I don't answer it. So I've never given this number to anybody. So if someone calls it, it's not for me. Yeah, Jason's upgrading next week as well. Chad doesn't read what people... No, hey, Chad reads what people says about him, but Chad doesn't give a flying about what people think about him or say about him. So he just keeps on rolling. Chad is his own man. No, Chad's been out here getting it. Chad's been out here just tearing it up, man. Oh, the circle of death are in the answer. So, I think I'm going to TNT Mr. Brown. But when he gets done, we'll have to move into the Peterbilt during his training. So I think after I'm done with him, then I'll go to PSD only. But I don't know, because me and my wife have been talking, and we talked about moving. I don't know if y'all remember that. We talked about moving to Springfield. Like, we were looking for a house and everything. And for tax reasons, I think we have decided not to do that. So one of the big things about me going PSD only was being home or in Springfield. But I just can't see giving the state of Missouri $7,000, $8,000 a year for the privilege of living there, on top of property tax and sales tax and whatever else. I mean, not when there's other states that don't do that. Correct, 7,000 tax reasons. You are correct. Illinois is worse than that. I believe it, guys. There's a lot of states that are worse than that. There's a lot. Well, I already live in a state where there's no tax, Michael. We don't have an income tax in the state of Tennessee. We do not have a state income tax. However, I grew up in Florida along the Gulf Coast. Oh, Stefan's already coming back. So I grew up in Florida along the Gulf Coast. So that was fast. Yeah, Stefan's already coming back from his shower. Correct, it is nice, no income tax. So we are looking at possibly going to Florida. We haven't decided yet. So that was a fast shower. Feel better? Oh yeah. Yeah? So Stefan is back from his journey. His adventure at the pilot shower. Yeah, it's crazy when you, if you're already used to paying state income tax, when you move to a state that doesn't have income tax, you like start scratching your head going, what the hell was I thinking all those years? Senator, you ain't right. Either ain't right. Guess what you were doing in that shower.
Showering. Took a shit,
Hey, good job, Mark. I'm glad, man. I'm glad, buddy. Told you, man. I bet. And see, you were probably like me. You were probably nervous as shit to make a move like that. You know, change it, when you work somewhere, and when you work somewhere for a while, and you know you have a check every week, you have income coming in every week. Sometimes it's tough to make a move. It's tough to change jobs. And it was tough for me when I came to Prime. Because in my head, I started getting worried about it. But
it's funny how you say that, because if it wasn't for me getting fired, I would never would have came here.
yeah. Brayden, you're in Clinton, buddy? That's crazy. My ex-wife and son live in Oak Ridge. What states don't have income taxes? There's a few of them. Texas, right? Me and Stefan went over this. Texas, Tennessee, Florida. There's a few of them. Yeah, there's a few of them. Woo! 12 grand a year in state income tax. That's crazy. What did Stefan get fired for? Insubordination.
Yeah, I was very bad at customer service.
Yeah.
I told them to go fuck themselves. Literally.
Yeah, they're all talking about, let's hear the story of Stefan getting fired. You just heard it. He told the customer to go stick it in their ass.
I told my boss that I wasn't afraid to get fired because I have a CDL. I can get a job anywhere. Literally, that's what I told her.
I know, and you did.
And the next day I got fired. I was there for 3 years.
They're asking where we're at. All
Matheson Gas.
He'll tell you, he ain't afraid.
I'm not afraid.
He ain't afraid. Here, I'll slide it over a little bit. We could add Stefan to our chat. Maybe. There, oh well. God, this thing is a pain in the ass. Doesn't seem to always work very well. So
I worked at Matheson Tri-Gas. Don't ever work there.
Don't ever work there?
Don't work there.
Obviously he didn't enjoy his time there, did he?
Yeah, 3 years too long. I ran a packaged gas truck out of hazmat and all that kind of stuff.
Correct. See, Mark understands it too. So Mark's saying he made $2,100 one week, $2,600 the next week. He's only been here a couple weeks. You know, guys, when everybody has a different experience, okay? Your success at Prime depends on you, okay? Strictly, it is totally on you. All right. Once you start running and you're on time everywhere, your pickups like you're supposed to. You're making your deliveries on time. You're you're doing it safely. You're doing it legally. You're gonna start getting even the better loads. Mark's gonna see. He's probably gonna get nicer loads eventually. Okay. So we have some customers that demand 100% on-time pickup and delivery. Period. We miss them. They're gonna find someone else to run their freight. And so those are the kind of loads that Prime doesn't just give any driver. Okay, those loads are going to get drivers who they trust and they know are going to be there. All right, the only excuse at Prime for not getting to a load on time to pick it up or deliver it is mechanical issues, blown tires, engine whatever it may be. Okay, and weather. Okay, weather's another one. Those are excusable reasons not to get to a load on time. All right, if you're just not getting the loads on time because you just don't want to get out of bed, you're not going to do well at Prime. Okay, If your fleet manager's having to call you to get you out of bed, to make sure you get to somewhere on time, okay, that's going to affect you. All right, guys? So just make sure that when you do it, you do your job to the best of your ability. Correct, Mark. Yeah, I mean, that's the truth. I mean, we have people who fail here, some people who fail here, just because they're not self-motivated, man. They have no desire to actually work. The games of AC can deliver on time when you're solo. Correct. Correct. I mean, you just have to do whatever you need to do, you know. Like YouTube, man. Me and Chad Rich both love YouTube. Neither one of us have really been on YouTube for 2 weeks. We did a little bit, but if you go back and look at our videos, there hasn't been a whole lot compared to what we were doing, because we've been out here getting it. You know, we're at a phase with our students that requires pretty much team driving nonstop. This load just doesn't require that, and it paid a lot, so it kind of worked out. So it's still a big money load. You know, loads $5,800 or whatever it is. See, look at Valken, 40 hours early to his O2. That's good. That's the kind of shit Prime likes.
I don't know if even tighter loads after that. You see, they're consistently early.
Correct, Mark. That's another thing, guys. Like this load here, me and Stefan could probably push it and get there on Monday morning, and they would probably unload this trailer. Okay, we have a lot of customers that'll take us early. All right, your big customers aren't going to take you early. Kroger's not going to take you early. Walmart's not going to take you early. But we have a lot of other customers who do take you early, especially on the produce side. And Jonathan, you're right. I mean, some people will fail no matter where they go. Correct. Harmony, there's a reason for that. Walmart charges the customer if you drop a load before the delivery date. So if we have a Walmart drop and hook, we cannot drop and hook at that Walmart until the delivery day. If you drop before the day of delivery, they charge the customer for storage of that trailer. Okay? In return, the customer charges Prime, and Prime gives the driver a service failure. Okay? So yes, we do not, even our drop and hooks at Walmart, we have to go on the delivery day. Now you can get there at 1 minute after midnight. Okay, on the delivery day if it's a drop and hook. As a solo driver, how much downtime do you have? See, I actually had a lot as a solo. I actually had a lot. Keep hearing bad stuff about flowers. We can talk about flowers. Let me catch up on chat and I'll talk about flowers. It was not in the brochure. Any tips for parallel park? Kind of struggling here. Braden, are you on the pad? Are you on the training pad? I mean, because that makes a difference. I'm not reading fast enough. Chad wants to know where I'm at. Chad, I'm at the Pilot in Vega, Texas. Where's David H? David H ain't even here. Cones in a gravel yard. Ooh, Braden. I don't know, man. There's different things you can do. So when you're first going back, okay, so when you pull up, man, it's so tough, man. When I'm kind of spoiled because I teach my students on a pad, on training pad. And that pad is universal. I mean, it's the same way on every pad. We have 12 of them. And every one of them is set up exactly the same. But we go halfway. You know the crossbars in the trailer? If you look at the trailer, In the middle, you got those crossbars that come down and make a V. Once you pull up and your bumper is past the cone, okay, where you have to stop to start your back, turn your wheel to the direction you need the trailer to spin, you know, whichever way you need to do it, and go back until your drive tire, okay, on the tractor is about in the middle of that V, until it lines up with the middle of that V, okay? Then stop, get your truck and trailer straight with each other, backing up, okay? So now you're getting underneath the trailer, you're getting back straight. Back up until your trailer tire, okay, on the outside part of the lane, okay, because I don't know if you're doing driver's side or passenger side back. Back up until the trailer tires on the outside part of the lane are even with the edge of the lane, okay? Like we have a yellow line or a white line that goes down showing you the lane. I have my students back up until the trailer tires are both on that white line, and then they do the opposite of how they started, okay? They cut the wheel the other way, go to that same V, stop, and then swing the trailer back around straight, and you should be in the box. And I don't know if that's going to help you or not, everything I said. You can rewind this video and listen to it a million times, but maybe it'll help you if you're out there, if you save that part of the video, that clip, and while you're doing it, listen to it. Maybe that'll help you. I don't know. Yeah, but Mark, I started in California, buddy. We started in California. It's our first berries of the year. But yeah, it's a big load, man. Probably busy with his lotion, boy. Hey, I think we're both tired. We've been running pretty hard. David H. don't run enough to keep up with Chad. Chad's David H's daddy. Look, if David H. and Chad ran a competition, he would be calling Chad daddy by the end of the week, all right? I promise you, he would. David H. is doing much better than he used to. Much better. Mark, it's more than that. Well, Mark, I had a $3,100 load out there to start the week. So, I'll be at 80, whatever I said earlier, guys, $8,900 this week is my revenue. All right, so Jay asked the question from earlier that we had. Jay says, why aren't we hiring out of California no more? So, Jay, California recently passed a law that companies can no longer hire independent contractors to do the same business, or same kind of work that their company drivers do. Prime is 2/3 independent contractors. So Prime is no longer hiring out of the state of California, other than some company drivers for the ports, to run our locals out of Fontana and somewhere else. Oh, Mark, that's a good one. 890 miles, 28.89. That's a good one, man. It's over $3 a mile. It's a good load. Good load. Someone looks bored in the driver's seat.
I'm tired.
He's tired. He's looking at YouTube. He drove 550 miles today, guys. I didn't drive today yet. Stefan drove 550.
Did I get the bottom bunk?
Michigan to PA to New York. No. You did not get the bottom bunker out the bat tonight. Stefan wants the bottom bunk right now. He's like, I'm ready to go to bed. Jay, I don't know how it's going to work, buddy. I don't know how it's going to work. You're asking me questions I don't know the answer to, and I don't want to lie to you. I don't know how it's going to work. Just sleep in a seat, close your blinds, and go to bed. Hey, I took a 30-minute break like that, didn't I?
Yep.
Going to We were going to South Carolina, right?
Yep.
Or were we going to Georgia?
I don't know.
We were going to Georgia. I slept in the driver's seat for my 30-minute break going to Georgia. I pulled the blinds and went to sleep. Oh yeah, Plainwell, Michigan. Hey, did you go to that little redneck washout down the road? That little washout's a trip out there in Plainwell. You start driving down the road and you're like, oh shit, man, I hope I didn't get myself in trouble because there ain't gonna be nowhere to turn around down here. And then you pull up at this little bitty farmhouse and the guy comes out and washes your trailer out. Yeah, the guy comes out and washes your trailer at this little bitty farmhouse out there in Plainwell. It's pretty wild. Yeah, you ain't got to worry about washouts at Flatbed. Oh, you did it from Morris? Plainwell, yeah, I guess, no, Plainwell's in South Michigan. It's a brand new washout, only like 2 years old. Hey, I think I only have the fan on right now. You might want to kick it over to AC. But I am going to roll this window up. I rolled the other window up, get a little quieter in here. Yeah, Braden, you can't work another transportation job with a logbook. So you're not going to be able to work somewhere else as far as like driving. All right, Mark, have a good night, man. Be careful out there. Valken, that place has gotten better and better about loading us early. I'm going to move guys over to the driver's seat. I'm going to take you with me, though. Don't worry. Maybe. Ow! See if we can't move us. Let's move us. Into my normal seat. I like it over here better. There we go. Lighting ain't that great, though. But I have a little magnet mount down here for this other phone. I can read chat a little easier. Stefan will be snoring soon. Yeah, he probably will be. He puts headphones on. He listens to like white noise. So like me talking, he doesn't really even hear me. He'll be passed out over there or back there. Hey, Stefan. What? You can go ahead and throw my stuff up there, man. You can go ahead and have the bottom. Yep. So I just told him he can have the bottom bunk because I'm going to leave at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And so if he goes to sleep up top, what's going to happen? He's going to have to get up and move. And so it's easier for him just to get on the bottom bunk now and me sleep up top. That way at 3 o'clock in the morning when it's time to go, he doesn't have to get up. He can actually get his full rest break in. So, yeah, see, there I know. I was just giving him shit. I was just giving him a little shit, that's all. Tell you right now, he's got the AC kicking back there. I can feel it coming up front. The APU is on, AC is blasted. Got load out of Solderton, PA. I don't recognize the name, so I'm going to say I haven't yet. I'll have to go back and look at that. They said you looked so sad a minute ago when I told you no at first. He said he was sad. Kyle, I go to Chicago all the time, but we don't take many loads. At least I haven't personally taken many loads into actually Chicago, the city of Chicago. It's usually in the suburbs, man. So, you know, Joliet, out in that area. Yeah, he's moving his stuff down now. No, Phil, she's not. She won't be in tonight. So, baby's been sick. She's been sick. She called me. Obviously, I took the call. So, she was getting in the bath, and then she was going to lay down and go to bed. Prime Erica. You mean Prime Inc? Well, I guess it depends on if you want to go back to Prime Inc or when they switch to new Prime Inc. It just all depends. But I don't know the exact date, Doug. I couldn't tell you the exact date. I don't know. I gotta turn this light back on. That one's not on back there, is it? Okay. Prime America has a life insurance company. That's pretty funny. Yeah, Val could meet. That's the one like me and Stefan had. We went to Joliet. Yeah. Ralph, my driver code is SOPCJ. SOPCJ. You had to load the video up and look, yeah. I think she's talking about Hulu. Want me to go pay the Hulu bill. So Tyler asks, how long do drivers drive a day when they have a permit? Tyler, my PSD students do all the driving, all right? Unless there's a reason for me to drive, the student being sick, or they give us a load that's technically like a super solo, my students do all the driving. So it could be anywhere from, depending on the load. So if it's a 300-mile load that day, they're going to drive, 5.5 hours. If it's a 500-mile load, they're going to drive all day. Yeah, you can send me an email. It's crazybags357. That's all one word. crazybags357@gmail.com. Yeah, my APU's running. Doug, Palmer hauls our freight. Palmer's contracted to haul our freight. So yeah, I'll be honest with you guys, if I have my choice of parking when I park somewhere, I try to park beside of the reefer units or park by myself. That way if someone parks beside me, they're choosing to. But like tonight, we didn't get to pick. We came in this parking spot and there was like 3 freaking this truck stop and there was 3 parking spots in it. So we just had to get in one. Yeah, Harmony, I'll watch for it. Yeah, once you get used to that reefer, guys, man, it'll put you right to sleep. Especially like this load's produce, so it's on continuous. Reefer never shuts off. It's just a nice steady hum. It'll put you right to sleep. Well, Cedar, I've never had that happen to me, but I will tell you, Prime, if someone touches my reefer, Prime gets an alert, and they're going to be on the phone with me or sending me messages telling me immediately. Like the minute my reefer gets touched, I will get a message within a minute or two. They will be all over it. Not only that, but they can turn the reefer on and adjust the temperature from Springfield, Missouri if need be. All right, going places. Yeah, well, what happened was they put upgrades on hold, so students started backing up. And so, I mean, we actually had a really small class last week. I think someone said there was only 38 people in orientation in Springfield last week or something. Corvette, I'll sleep wherever I need to. I sleep in rest areas. Rest areas don't scare me. I'll sleep at a way station if needed. It just all depends. Yeah, reefers can suck, guys, till you get used to them. Yeah, we haul a lot of fruit, produce. Yeah, this one's got berries in it. First berries of the year. Guys, you hear truckers talk about berries all the time, especially owner operators, because that's like the best paying freight in the industry, all right? As far as food and stuff. Prescription drugs and like military loads, those pay really well too. But as far as like everyday freight in the reefer division, produce and cold and frozen goods and stuff, berries is where the money's at. Okay, flour loads, guys. So here's how flour loads work. They only go to teams and trainers, okay? Because it takes 2 people, usually. You pick them up, you usually start in Miami, you pick up a fully loaded trailer, you take it to Pearson, Florida. You go to Pearson, they put you in a door, you go to bed. They unload everything you have on the trailer, okay? And then from there, they start dividing stuff out to the different deliveries. Then they reload the trailer. Obviously, your last delivery in the nose, you know, all the way up front, all the way back to the doors to your first delivery. And they usually load it front to back with as many deliveries as they can put on it. It is on the floor, okay? Not all the time, but 70% of the time, 80% of the time, it is stacked on the floor, not on pallets. We go to the same flower shops all the time, okay? There is nobody at these flower shops when you deliver there most of the time, okay? We have keys to get in. You let yourself in the door, you open up the bay doors, you back up. If you're lucky enough to have a dock, you back up to the dock, and there's usually a big stack of pallets and a pallet jack sitting there, and you start unloading these flowers by hand. Now, if they don't have a dock, which is the case at many of them, you park in the street 3 o'clock in the morning with your doors open, and you're hand unloading these flowers. You're dragging them to the back of the trailer, and then you're stacking them up with pallets in the street, and you're pallet jacking them into the customer, okay? It can be a real pain in the ass, but they pay, for Florida freight, they pay really well, okay? We have some come out of California too and out of Oregon, but most of the ones we get are out of Florida because most of the California and Oregon stuff is on dedicated. So you got, you know, so for Florida freight, it pays pretty good. I mean, I think I got the last load I took, me and Cedric had it, it finished in Omaha. We had to stop in Sioux City, South Dakota, but it finished in Omaha. And I think it paid $1.48 a mile. And for coming out of Florida, that's decent money. But it's a lot of, there's some physical labor involved. Noah, apples are great to run, berries are better, but apples are great too. Well, Michael, they can't run paper logs no more by law. So everybody's on electronic logs now. It's mandatory. By signing in a truck. Oh well, I have to listen to it back. when did electronic logs become mandatory? It was recently. Let me think. It was last year. Was it March 1st last year? I think it's been about a year. Livestock is exempt. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's very interesting, Michael. I thought it was for everybody. So Michael's saying livestock's exempt from electronic logs. That's, hey, I mean, them cattle haulers are nuts anyways. Oh yeah, if you're doing 150 miles. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of people, yeah. So if they're going more than that, they still got to do electronic logs. Okay, so she's saying, so Swade's saying it was December of 2017. Is Prime looking for more freight options? Kyle, I don't know. I don't know anything about, I don't work in our sales department. I just drive a truck, so. I'm sure Prime always looks for more freight options. I say they're out looking daily. Our sales department is daily looking for new ways to generate revenue and freight. I mean, that's what they do. If they weren't doing that, they wouldn't be doing their job. So I assume they do that on a daily basis. But y'all know what assume means. All right, Caesar, have a good night. Rocky Mountain Bull Hauler, they don't run e-logs. Hey, I remember the paper log days. Those are always interesting days. How you doing, Matthew? Yes, your E-Fund money is yours, Valken. That's your emergency fund, yes. Your emergency fund money is yours. I think you just saw that part, but yeah. How much do I put away for maintenance? Nerds, we don't have a maintenance account here. We have a tire fund of 4 cents a mile, but our trucks are under warranty the entire time of the lease. So, I mean, pretty much everything's warranted the entire time of the lease. I mean, some stuff's not warranted, you know, lights, windshield. But all your major components that are going to cost you a lot of money are under warranty. Go interview with start telling me what they do in that department. That'll be a lot of different departments. Do I pay for service out of my pocket? I do, but I mean, Prime pays it and they bill me. But yeah, I mean, I do pay for it. Like oil changes and stuff, yes, absolutely, I pay for that. Do you pay taxes? Yes, Ralph, you do pay taxes on the money you put in your refund. Correct. Ralph, it is nothing more than having a savings account at a bank, except you're leaving the money at Prime. That way, if you need it in an instant, it can be loaded on your card as long as payroll's in. No. I think this one's the one I'm driving right now is 1,064 a week, but that includes all the insurances and everything like that. Hey Valken, what I would do, if it was me and I knew I was leaving, 2 weeks before I told anybody I was leaving, I would empty my e-fund. I would just empty it. Hey, I need all my e-fund. How long is the warranty? No. The warranty on these trucks is 4 years, 600,000 miles. 4 years, 600,000 miles. That's the warranty, whichever comes first. We only keep them 3 in reefer division. Flatbed division and tanker division keep their trucks 4 years because they don't run as many miles. Look, Prime demands a long warranty from these manufacturers before they buy trucks from them. You know, these manufacturers, Freightliner and Peterbilt, International, and now Volvo, and now even Kenworth, because I learned we will be receiving 25 Kenworths this summer on a trial basis, just like we're doing the Volvos. They all want in at Prime, guys. You know, they all want to be associated with a company like Prime and have them buying their trucks. How long did you get your ultra? 58 days. 58 days the ultra will have to be here. No, I just found that out a couple days ago. But yes, there are 25 Kenworths coming in this summer on a trial basis. It'll be just like the Volvos. They'll be here on a trial basis. I don't know what division they're going to go to. I don't know if they're going to be one division or between all three. I don't know anything about it, other than there's 25 of them coming in on a trial basis. I'm sure we'll get more information on that later. But yeah, there's 25 of them coming in. They'll never get to 379s, man. They don't get the fuel mileage that Prime requires. They're just not aerodynamic enough to get the fuel mileage Prime wants. Guys, I've never worked somewhere that I get the fuel mileage I get here. I mean, I'll just be honest, man. When I was at KLM, I was running 70 miles an hour. I was getting between 5 and 7. You know? And at Prime, I mean, if I don't get 9 for the week, I'm not happy. Okay, yeah, nerds, they pay it and then charge me back. Yes, Noah, you can do that. You can buy $379 out of pocket. Michael, I'm going to say yes as far as I know. It doesn't mean it's accurate. But as far as I know, yes. Flatbed, they still got to do 30,000 miles. Flatbed and tanker, even though they don't get the same kind of mileage we get, they still have to do 30,000. Guys, tanker really doesn't get no miles, okay? They get a high per mile rate, but, you know, people talk about what division makes the most money. The revenue at tanker is low enough that they don't even pay for their students. All right, if you're a tanker division trainer, you do not pay for your students here. Michael, they haul all food grade products, cooking oils, milk, whatever, wine. The website is saying 40,000 to become a CDL. Matthew, that's probably going to be close to right. I mean, you figure PSD's 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Yes, Tyler, you can smoke in trucks, yes. Correct, Jack, yeah. Cigarettes, vapes, no wacky weed though, man. No wacky weed in trucking. Can't do the wacky weed. You know, when we talk about that, I think back in my bus ride to Prime, guys, because I rode the Greyhound to Prime when I came to work here. And there was a guy, he was going to USA Truck in Arkansas. And he was so proud the fact that he had one of those piss cleansers, you know, one of those masking agents. He was like showing it off, showing it to everybody. He's like, yeah, I brought this. I'm going to drink this on Sunday and we're going to take my pee test on Monday. Yes, going places. 58 days. 58 days. I'll have the ultra law. What if it becomes federally legal? Valken, I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't know. Because it's a safety-oriented job, they will probably still test for it. Michael, I've seen one of those. I've seen one of those. You can actually buy one online. I just can't remember what name of it is. But they sell those online. That's pretty funny, Vapes. Jack, they froze hiring in Florida because of freight. Okay, so Florida's a low freight area. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to see if this is somebody I know. A Prime just parked in front of me, and I can't tell if it's somebody I know or not. I don't think it is. Okay, so Florida is a low freight area. And so they have like a cap on how many drivers they want to have that reside in the state of Florida. And so once they hit that cap, they'll freeze hiring in that state. And if it gets down, they'll start hiring again. But it has nothing to do with laws or changes, nothing like that. It just strictly has to do with, you know, drivers who already reside there versus the amount of freight they have for the state of Florida. The Wizinator, yeah, it's called the Wizinator. Kevin knows. It's called the Wizinator. Yeah, I don't think DOT will either. Even if it's fairly legal, I don't think they will either. Just because we're a safety-oriented job. If we weren't a safety-oriented job, it could be different. Michael, I don't know. He went to USA Truck. I came to Prime, so I don't know. Yeah. So what happened, guys, in the state of Washington is the state of Washington is requiring X amount of hours of classroom curriculum, okay? I haven't looked to see what the number of hours is, but they're saying that the learning, the actual doing of the job to learn it is not acceptable to them. They want you to sit in a classroom for so many hours during your training, 160. So they want you sitting in a classroom for 160 hours with someone talking to you. They think people will learn better that way than actually out doing the job. So, I couldn't tell you. What do I do if you're approached by a lot lizard? Well, if I'm live on YouTube, I will definitely point the camera at them and talk to them. So, they won't stay long, I promise you. They will not stay long. Can you imagine asking a buddy? Braden, I had my oldest brother when I was 16 years old in high school call me one day and he was like, hey, I need you to pee in a cup and put it in your closet on the top shelf. I'll be there to get it today. That was my oldest brother did that once. Yeah, I need you to pee in a cup and put it in your closet up on the top shelf. I'll be there to get it today. Doug, actually e-logs are really simple. Way more simpler than paper logs were, in my opinion. E-logs are easy to learn. They're convenient. All you got to do is push a button, man, and you're done. There's no more of that drawing lines and trying to figure out where you're at. Computer does all of it for you. You just tell it what you're doing. Whether you're on duty doing a pre-trip, whether you're off-duty eating, whether you're driving. I mean, you just tell what you're doing, and it does the rest. Story. Wow. All right, Jack, see ya. Michael, that's pretty funny. I bet you that went over real well. Hey, Dad, you don't want me to pee in a cup. You'll be right back in the slammer. That's pretty bad, though. It's pretty funny. The funny thing is, I kind of had the same situation with my brother. I told him, I said, you don't want my urine. And he said, well, wake your other brother up. So I woke my other brother up, who was a real straight arrow, and he did it for him. Yeah, guys, always make sure you're clean before you come to Prime. And that, that's actually, I think it's gotten harder for people because there's so many states now where marijuana is legal, right? So there's so many states now where recreational marijuana is legal. And so when you live in these states and then you decide you want to get into a job like trucking that is safety oriented and governed like it is, and you have to pee, then you have to change your whole lifestyle, what you're doing. And then what happens, right, when we're, as individuals, as people, as a human being, when we decide to make a job change like that, right, we're ready to go, right? You know what, I want to get into trucking. I'm ready to go tomorrow. And you can't do that because you're not fit. So you have to wait 30 days, 60 days. Hell, there's somebody down here who's been waiting like 80 days, and they were still peeing hot. So, I mean, and guys, dabs, if you smoke dabs at all, I didn't even know what dabs were until recently. But if you do dabs at all, it like takes a lot longer because it's a higher concentration of THC. It takes a lot longer than 30 days for dabs to get out of your system. Harmony, I'm the same way. Since I've been clean since I was 18 years old. I've been clean. I can pee anytime someone needs me to. I can pee on, and now I'm over 40. I can pee on demand. Hand me a cup, I'll fill it right now. Mr. Lowe, I was out making you money. That's why I wasn't at your safety meeting, sir. I was out helping your wife buy a new racehorse. I was producing revenue for you. Yeah, see, Falcon knows what dabs are. Harmony, I describe it as like the crack of marijuana. You like put in a spoon and heat it up with a lighter or blowtorch. The individual I saw doing it had a blowtorch. I was like, what the hell are they doing? And they like were heating a spoon up like they were heating up heroin or something with a blowtorch. I said, this is some crazy shit. It takes long. You said it takes even longer. 90-ish days. Yeah, I mean, dabs takes a long time. Yeah, it's pretty scary, man, to see the like. If you ever go, you can YouTube it, man. People do it on YouTube, even they dab. But if you ever see a video of someone doing a dab, because the one I saw was in a video, I did not see it in person. I saw a video of somebody doing a dab. It's kind of scary. Yeah, it's like you think you're like doing some super hardcore drugs. What happened to the guys that failed drug tests, Kevin? They get sent back home. Can you drink a beer and drive the next day, or you have to wait 2 days? Tyler, you have to wait until you are legal to drive, okay? Which for a CDL holder and an 18-wheeler, that is 0.00, okay? So You cannot blow anything at all if you got stopped. You need to blow zero. I think it's like 0.02. I think is actually the legal limit for a CDL holder. You know, for most people it's 0.08. I believe it's 0.02, which means you better be 0.00. Okay, you better be 0.00. Because even if a cop pulls you over and you blow 0.01 or 0.02, you may not get in trouble with the cop, but your company ain't gonna like that. So you better be 0.00. Me personally, I like it to be about 24 hours. That's just me though. Going places, he's around the building every day. He's playing basketball every day on the basketball court. He shakes hands, he greets people, talks to people. Correct, Zach. That's why I think the legal limit is 0.02 for truckers, for CDL holders in a commercial vehicle. It is like 0.02, I believe is the legal. I could be wrong, I have to look it up, but my memory says it's 0.02. So someone's saying it's 0.04. Everybody's saying 0.04, okay. So 0.04. And part of it is the mouthwash thing, right? So there's certain things that you could do like mouthwash, and you could be 0.02. So it's a 0.04. Yeah, hey, the THC level on dabs is freaking nuts. All right, absolutely crazy, guys. It takes forever to get out of your system. No, Braden, I wouldn't think 04 is buzzed. I'll be honest with you, 0.08's not even really buzzed anymore. The legal limit in most states now is 0.08, and that's not even buzzed. That's like a beer. You can slam a beer and drive home and be over the legal limit, man, and get a DUI in your car. One beer. Okay, so Greg's saying the 0.04 is for the DUI, but anything at all will get you a shutdown for 10 hours. Steve, I was just guessing off of memory. They're saying it's 0.04. It is. It's a crack of weed, man. It's a crack of weed. Look, I don't do any driving at all if I've been drinking, all right? Like, even when I'm home, we'll do whatever we're doing that day. I will approach my wife and I will tell her, are we done for the day? Because I want to know, because she already knows what that means. She knows my next step is the refrigerator, all right? She knows where I'm headed next. You know, once I verify that there's nothing else that we're doing that day. But I don't drive when I'm home anyhow. Alright, I really don't. So, to be honest with you, most places I go, my son drives me, my 17-year-old. He drives me around. Yeah, I'm the same way. No way, not happening. Robert Lowe does have a driver code. He really does, just like everybody else. Michael's given that'd be a funny truck number though, wouldn't it? That'd be a funny truck number. That'd be good stuff right there. Johnny just pissed 2 days ago. No, I've never been offered free beer, no. number one, you can't have it in the truck. Period. You can't. You're not going to have an alcoholic beverage in a. I don't know if it's a federal law or not, but I know it's a prime law. You're not allowed to have any kind of alcohol in the truck itself, even on your downtime. You know, you can't go in. You can't go in the store and buy a 6-pack and drink it in your truck on a 34-hour break. All right. Free food, yes, Tyler. I get candy all the time. Yeah, free food all the time. Correct, Valken. They don't, yeah, Prime doesn't even want you to do a NyQuil. Braden, I don't know if it's got alcohol in it. Walmart has an off-brand that's alcohol-free. Yeah, Zach, I mean, there are guys out here that do it. There's no doubt. You'll never see beer in my truck. Never. I'm not going to haul it around in front of my truck. As far as beer loads, honestly, guys, them kind of suck. Beer loads usually don't pay too well. The only one, I've only hauled one that paid really well, and it was on, it was over Christmas, so I'm sure it had extra pay on it. But it delivered the day after Christmas, picked up on Christmas Eve, delivered the day after Christmas in Florida, out of Virginia. Yeah, see, Zach, I'm the same way. I don't want to play with my license. You need to smoke. You're a young boy about 3 years ago. That's pretty funny. It's going to be different getting another student again. You know, Stefan's been on truck since January, so Stefan's been here almost 3 months. No, Bam, you're not getting a storage box and carrying beer in it. Jeez Louise. Be like my mom. When I was a kid growing up, my mom worked at the Klondike plant. She filled a cooler, she put a 6-pack of beer in a cooler every morning, filled it with ice. So when she got off work, it was in the passenger side floorboard. Next week, Matthew. We're on our way to Jersey, and then we'll go to Springfield. Well, Heavy Metal must have not have been a prime and did 30,000 miles then. Because you ain't doing 30,000 miles in 4 weeks. Vapes, he'll have 1,300 left when we get to Jersey. Yeah, 1,300 miles left when we get to Jersey, which our delivery is Tuesday morning. Badge your entire from Prime. They got women trainer, right? Hopefully by the time I get there, I don't need to be trained for nothing, just a road test. Yeah, Harmony, we got women trainers. One of them's on YouTube, Trucker Nene. But yeah, we have women trainers. We also have men who do a lot of women, who train a lot of women. So you do a lot of women. That sounded bad. We also have male trainers who train a lot of women. So You know, and that's the thing. Once they find male trainers who successfully train female students, and that student never felt uncomfortable the whole time, you know, they kind of really start pushing women to those trainers because they know those trainers know how to act, know how to talk when they're around the female students. Yeah, edit the video. Rewind. Yeah, vapes, that's what I was thinking. It's a little bit more than that, but it depends on how many empty miles we have to our pickup. But yeah, I do plan on retiring from Prime. Lease to USA, and the beer loads out of PA pay good for us. Anywhere else, not so much. Yeah, our beer loads pretty much do not pay very well at all. I'll just be honest with you. They just don't. They just don't. Come to Prime, be a fleet manager. Hey, our fleet managers do well here. It was supposed to be 6 weeks, my trainer said I was good to go. Yeah, I know, Harmony, it sounded awful. I'll tell you all a funny story. So I just told you all that when Eddie took the freak out girl, we all told him he should have took the other girl that was there needing a trainer. She went out with her trainer and got pregnant by her trainer. So she had to take some time off right after training. It just... So I don't know if she had to redo her training when she came back or not, but... Yeah, so she got pregnant by her trainer. No, trainer wasn't fired, Tyler. I mean, it was a consensual deal. It was a consensual deal. I mean, nobody did anything wrong. Just one of those things, man. One of those things. Falcon, he probably did. He probably did. Oh. Michael, here's the thing. They frown upon it. They frown upon it. But it happens out here. That's why I don't train females. Because I don't ever want to put myself in that position. But I would say there's a high probability he doesn't train females anymore. That happens a lot. We have a lot of trainers who are like banned from training females. A lot of them. Most of it's from they can't control their mouths. People have needs. Guy, I know she was single. She was young too. She was like, she was a black girl. I think she was about 23 years old. She was really cute. No, Harmony, I do not train females. My wife has made it clear that I do not train females, so I respect that and I don't do it. Johnny, that's bad. That's bad. So, but I know she is back at Prime, guys. That was a year ago, and I know she has recently come back to Prime. So, I don't know if I'm sure she had to do the TNT part of her training over again. Yeah, but she just recently came back. But she went all the way through TNT and everything. So it was a pretty interesting situation. But yeah, they after after that, they recently started really pressing, like in the trainers, to the trainers and the students during orientation. And some of the students who are in PSD and TNT right now, they might be able to tell you that I think they tell you now they don't want that. They don't want any kind of relationship happening between students and trainers, period. They don't want it happening no more. They're really trying to just stop it. Yeah, that's not really Rob Lowe, guys, just so you know. But yeah, they really don't. They're starting to press that now. They're starting to bring it up during trainers class. They're starting to bring it up during student orientation. They're really trying to put an end to it. Because it's happened a lot. Let's just be honest, guys, it happens. So there was I had another trainer, he had a, I can't remember her name now, but he picked up a student and they got involved with each other. And she didn't want to leave his truck. She was like, she fell in love. She wanted to run teams. And this was all during her training. And when she was ready to upgrade, he like pulled out in front of the freaking training building there on the pad, dropped her and her stuff off at the curb and left. He just got away from her as quick as he could. No, Johnny, she does not get half his check. I don't want to get into the political side of all this crap, but, you know, she went home and made her own decision, and that was the end of that. So, oh yeah, Phil, oh yeah. Yeah, my wife would not do well. Yeah, correct. I mean, we have husband and wife teams that come in, they're married, they get a room together. But if you're just boyfriend and girlfriend, you come to Prime at the same time, they want you to room with someone of the same sex during orientation and everything. If you're not married, they don't want you in the same room together. No, Mr. Lowe, that's okay. But yeah, my wife would not think highly of that. I mean, she doesn't want me training students, period. It would not go well. It would not go well at all. No baby making on my time. Well, it's just bad business. I mean, let's just be honest, guys, right? I mean, no matter who you are, if you're coming to Prime as a student, you're coming to learn how to become a truck driver, right? So, you're not here to hook up. You're not here to hook up. You're coming to learn to start a new career. That's what you're here to do. Prime's dime is not baby time. All right, IH. See you later, bud. Correct, Tyler. Yeah, 7 months pregnant, trying to drive a truck, belly sticking out. You know. And that's why I've told many women on here on the channel, you know, just keep it professional. All right. Don't ever even give them the idea in their head that they should go fishing to see what happens. Just keep it professional from the get-go, and that'll keep it out of it becoming a problem. Yeah, learn how to hook the truck to the trailer, and not anything else. You know, that's what I tell any female that asks me about it, and I used to have a lot of them when I first started the channel on the lives that would ask me about it. And I just tell them, you know, just keep it professional. You don't want them to go fishing. Don't ever start the problem. Don't ever let them even in their head begin to think, no, don't do the little flirty thing. Don't do the rubbing on the arm when you're walking by. Do nothing, you know, nothing at all. All right, Harmony, have a good night. I'm going to be out of here myself in a minute. I'm gonna go to bed too. It's 11:30 here. It's 12:30 on the East Coast. It's bedtime. I'm gonna leave here in about 3.5 hours. So, matter of fact, I can wrap it up. So it was a good live, guys. Shoot, 2 hours and 40 minutes. 2 hours and 40 minutes talking about, let's see, Prime Inc. So, great place to be. It's not for everybody, but it is for me. Yeah, it's late. It's late, but it was fun, guys, catching up with everybody. It's been a while since I've been able to do a long one like this. And yeah, and dabs. Yeah, we talked about all kinds of stuff. We talked about crack tonight. We talked about all kinds of good stuff. It was a good night. So I hope it was entertaining to you guys. I hope it's entertaining to you that are listening to it later on as you're driving down the road in the middle of the night. So I know I have a lot of people who do that. They have they have YouTube Red or whatever where you can black the screen out and they can listen to it while driving. I should probably start reading questions more often because that's the #1 request I get in my email is, hey, you know, I listen to you at night when I'm driving, but I can't, you know, I have the screen blacked out and I can't read the questions. So could you start reading the questions a little more so we know what you're talking about? You know, so maybe I should start doing that. But all right, y'all be safe out there. All right, stay away from the dabs. All right. That goes into the category of making good choices, all right? Stay away from the dabs and all that good stuff, okay? That'd be a good idea. So, do some of the thing that Nene's doing. Philip, I'm going to do with Mr. Brown, I am going to do his entire PSD from start to finish, starting with the interview. So, you know, it is what it is. Thank you, Jeff. Tonight's sponsor, yes. Tonight's sponsor, in honor of Nancy Reagan, tonight's sponsor is DARE. Say no to drugs. All right, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. So, Michael, that could be a sponsor. Trojan could be a sponsor another night. Tonight, DARE will be the sponsor. Say no to drugs. Y'all stay safe out there. All right, and as always, guys, just pick your path, man. All right, hit it, grind it, be successful, make some money, take care of your family, take care of yourself, have something when you retire. Okay. You know, don't count on the government because, unfortunately, we're probably not going to have nothing.